Now we here, 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 now we here.
I'm trying something different, guys. I'm trying a different device. So just go with me here. Gotta play with it. But how is everyone doing? Haven't seen you guys in a long time. I haven't gone live in a long time. Been playing around with the background, as you could tell. Hey. Getting fancy up in here. Alrighty. Alright, so SP isn't showing up the way that you like, Laura. Alright, so when your specific person isn't showing up in the way that you would prefer them to, we have to take our focus off of the 3D, the physical version of them, and start to play in our imagination with this new version of them. The more that we are able to become detached from the 3D, the more we will be able to perceive our reality completely different. So you want, your specific person to show up in a certain way. Well, you have to see him internally that way before you can see it external. Because your external world, the physical 3D world, is just a representation of what we've been focusing on and believing in internally. So whatever traits or actions that you want him to take in the 3D, you have to see him internally as that version. And then you'll see the change in your reality. Okay? Yeah, so it is about forming the assumption, right? Who do you assume he is? How do you assume that you are? What's your beliefs about yourself? Those are things that help you get into that state to where you are experiencing it internally, so then you can experience it externally. Does that make sense? Victoria, hello. How are you? Thank you for being here. I feel like this is lagged on the computer compared to on the phone when it usually pops up, but hey, work with what we got here. E.T., yeah, I'm here. What is up? How are you? I know it has been a hot minute since I have been live, but here we are. And hitting that heart button, that way it's getting pushed out there, Ooh, I forgot. Usually I do a coupon when I go live. I completely forgot. You guys want me to make a coupon for services and products? That way, if you guys want anything, just let me know. Let me know. I won't do it. I won't bother you guys with it if you guys don't want that. So, you just let me know. Put a 1 in the chat if you want me to make a coupon for services and products. We'll do like what? 50% off we could do? Something like that. Thank you for joining. Thank you for the hearts. You guys be killing it. All right. Yeah, so guys, when it comes to manifesting anything in our physical reality, it's not about the actual manifestation in the physical reality. It's about us. It's about changing our internal world, our perspective. And then obviously our 3D world begins to match it. So a lot of people are looking at our 3D saying, hey, but I need this to change and then I'll be happy. And it's actually backwards. We change internally and then we see the change in our physical world. So we become happy internally, or we love ourselves or choose ourselves internally, and then our reality begins to reflect that, where people love and choose us and support us and so on and so forth. But we have to have it within before it can get projected out. And a lot of people get caught up in, but I need this to change. The only way that you can have the change in the 3D is by internally going straight to the solution of who you are choosing to be and changing that identity. Sally, hello. How are you? So what you're saying here, ET, is that you were manifesting and then a man that had ghosted you recently happened? Okay. So if you're manifesting something or someone and then you see maybe somebody from your past or maybe a new person representing the same belief of being ghosted or abandoned, then that means we just haven't changed internally yet. So that kind of lets you know where you are in the game, that there's still beliefs that you're holding on to and not fully shifting into the new identity. Because again, we have to be the change. So we're focusing on versions of people that are always ghosting or always not choosing us because we still have experiences internally as that version of us. But if we use something like hypnosis or subliminals or affirmation tapes or just self-talk, maybe a visualization, whatever technique or reprogramming system you decide to use, then we can change the beliefs about being chosen or abandoned or ghosted or rejected. We have to become the internal change, and then the external will change, okay? So if you're seeing a pattern of people ghosting you, men specifically, then that means you're holding that pattern alive within you. Either you're expecting it to happen based on your belief system, or you're just holding on to the belief that you're not chosen, that you're not good enough, and then that's why things like that show up. So work on, if you want hypnosis, I can do a hypnosis session for you for that, but you can do it in so many different ways, okay? Just focus on the beliefs of being chosen, being good enough, worthy, things like that. Because anybody that's good enough isn't going to experience people in their reality ghosting them. Because you're going to be like the high value woman or high value person, however you identify, whatever. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, so you got the movement of a guy coming into your life and then later on ghosted you. It's because that's the pattern that you're holding on to, that you're never fully chosen. You know? Yeah, that's what you're holding on to old stories and old patterns, but you can let that go. When you shift your identity and focus on a different self-concept, new beliefs, new patterns, new behaviors, you'll notice that you become a brand new version. You start to see things differently through your eyes, and then you have different experiences. Okay. You're literally not even the same person anymore once you change your beliefs, and it changes your behaviors, it changes your feeling state, like your emotions, the way that you show up, different actions that you take, all with the reprogramming process. Yeah, so like I said, any reprogramming process that you want to use, if it's hypnosis, that's what I have found a really, really helpful tool. Since getting trained and certified myself in hypnosis, I make my own hypnosis tapes every couple of weeks for different things that I'm manifesting. But that's how I fast tracked a lot of the stuff, especially like with business following. Like I just made a hypnosis like 2 weeks ago about my videos going viral on TikTok because I had no motivation at all to post on TikTok, to make TikTok content, to go live. And, all my focus was on my YouTube channel, and I made a hypnosis about it. And next thing you know, I have back-to-back viral videos, and hitting new milestones. My following's growing. Now I have the motivation to want to go live. It's already starting to change. It hasn't even been 2 weeks. So, it's something that I use as well, but you can use the affirmation tapes. Those are really powerful, and there's a whole bunch of free ones online, but again, you can get a personal one that I make for you if that's something that you want. The self-talk throughout the day, different affirmations or just setting intentions, whatever it is. There is no right, there is no wrong. It's just figuring out what works best for you, and I can just give you my own experience of what worked best for me. And if Toria, if you're still in here, you can share a little bit of, your stories of doing hypnosis with me, and how that's like changed your behaviors and things like that. Yeah, there's a lot of proof in the pudding. We'll say it like that. Thank you for everybody that's joining and hitting the hearts. I appreciate it. You guys are awesome. So like what I've noticed with clients, or even in my own life, it was the struggle of detaching from the 3D. And the reason why I feel like it was such a struggle, at least for me, is because I believed in the 3D so much. It was so validating to me to be a victim. Like, this isn't working for me. That isn't happening for me. This person's treating me like this. It's always them. That was validating for me. And I see the same thing with my clients. It's very validating. So, this process, a lot of it is just training ourselves to start to take a step back from the 3D, look at it, observe it, and like hone ourselves into our own inner being. and like ask ourselves, is this something I would even care about if I were now this new version of me living this new life? And once you're able to like train yourself and correct yourself and no longer looking at the 3D, you'll notice that it's no longer validating. Actually, it feels like shit to go into your 3D and do things, or it doesn't feel good to you anymore to complain about things. It doesn't feel good anymore to be around certain people, you'll notice. Just because you'll become more, not sensitive to energy. I don't want to use that kind of words, but you become so aware of your surroundings and like the people in it that you don't want to put yourself in those situations. So I've noticed that like by detaching from my 3D, it took a little bit of training, to get rid of that dopamine hit of the validation of being a victim and focusing on myself to where, I'm not a victim. It's actually coming from me. And once I took the attention off of those things, they disappeared. They don't even exist anymore in my new current reality. So you'll notice like that practice that it takes. Doesn't have to be effort. You don't have to force anything. You don't have to manipulate anything in your 3D to get results. It's about just choosing who you want to be internally and choosing your perspective that you want to have about it, All right, so you're stuck on the fact that your ex-fiance left you. That's okay. There is a reality where he did, but there's also a reality where they didn't leave you, where you were chosen, where they fully committed to you, where they prioritize your wants and your needs. And also in that reality, you did all of those things for yourself. You were so in love with yourself and continue to choose yourself and prioritize yourself and be committed to you. That version exists as well. That reality exists as well. So it's about tuning into that reality, that version of you, and being able and being comfortable with the idea of letting go. That's all that we have to do in this journey is just let go. We don't need to beg for forgiveness from ourselves because we always will forgive ourselves. It's not about that. It's not about waiting for, well, I'm going to wait for that apology. I'm not taking them back till they get the apology. That's coming from the place of you did something to me. Nobody can do anything to you. It's all coming from you. Okay? So again, as soon as you start to change your beliefs, you'll start to recognize that that old story doesn't even matter to you anymore. It's not real to you anymore. You start to actually detach from it. And it becomes easier to detach from it because you stop aligning to those feelings that you once felt with that hurt, that betrayal. And because again, you're in a different identity. You start working on your beliefs and your self-concept and actually knowing your worth and your value, then you stop associating yourself subconsciously. It'll happen very naturally, but you'll stop associating yourself with those now familiar feelings. They won't be familiar anymore to you in this new reality with these new beliefs. Does that make sense? So I know you care a lot right now that your ex left you. But if we stop telling that story and start telling the story of what we do want and start telling the story about the version of us that we are now in this new identity, you'll notice that old story just seems like a bad dream that you had and you can't even remember all the details of it because you're no longer that person anymore. Yeah, I'm into that. Heck yeah, it's just training yourself to start to be a new person. It doesn't take a lot of work. It doesn't take a lot of action or effort. I know everyone's pushing techniques, robotic affirming. You got to do it all day. If you don't do it all day, then you're going to fall back into your old habits. It's just making a conscious decision. Do I want to choose this? Do I want to choose this belief, choose this perspective, choose this behavior, or do I want to choose something else? It can be that simple if we decide that it can be. It takes practice. That's it. It takes a little bit of practice. And being consistent. Being not even consistent in your habit of like the technique that you choose. Being consistent with yourself. Holding yourself accountable, that's it. Thank you for everybody that's joining and hitting that heart button and liking this live and pushing it out there. everyone that shared it. You guys are awesome. Like you guys understand that all of this is throughout. This is knowledge that we've always had, right? We got to give ourselves a little bit more credit because if you think about it, we were manifesting unconsciously and we were manifesting perfectly. It didn't take any effort, didn't take any action. It was just autopilot. Obviously, it was things more of what we undesired and was unfavorable, but that's just based on our beliefs. So if we change our beliefs, then autopilot, like more favorable beliefs, then the same autopilot feature will begin to play out to where naturally your reality starts to represent your internal world and reflect back to you. So all that we have to do here is just change. Thank you for going live. I needed you. Awesome. Thank you for being here. I'm so glad I was able to help, Scott. I haven't been live in a hot minute. But I'm here now, and I like I said in a little bit earlier in the live, I made a hypnosis about my own business and about being more productive and showing up more on TikTok, and I'm already seeing results from it. Obviously, I'm here and I'm live, and I'm gonna be more consistent with going live on TikTok because I just feel drawn to it now. Before I was like, I don't really want to. I don't know. I was coming up with all these excuses. I just didn't feel the motivation to do it. But ever since I made that hypnosis for myself, I feel the motivation. And if you guys notice on the channel, I'm posting every single day. I have back-to-back viral videos. My following is going up very rapidly. I'm now going live. I've been consistent on YouTube too, because not gonna lie, a little bit of a procrastinator. But not anymore. Not anymore since doing the hypnosis. So that's I personally use hypnosis. That's how I know it works. I'm not just trying to sell you guys something or whatever. Like you don't need it, but that's what I've found the best results with. Made a lot of money this month. I want to feel worthy of it. So tell yourself that you are worthy of it. Every time money comes in, say, wow, I'm actually deserving of this money. I'm actually good enough to have this money. I'm so grateful for the fact that money is coming in. Start to appreciate it and you'll feel worthy of it, right? But on some level, you have to feel worthy of it because it wouldn't be coming in. We're worthy just because. Just because we set that limitation on us that we're not worthy, it's a limitation. It's just a belief. We're worthy just because. We're God's creatures or the universe. We're part of the universe. Whatever word you want to use. That's why we're worthy. We were born worthy. We're worthy before we come into this world and we're worthy after we leave it. But we place these heavy limitations on ourselves to say we're not worthy because of this, and this. It's bullshit. Wash it away. Swipe the slate clean. I procrastinate with cleaning my apartment, but I did a lot today. Awesome. Cool. Congratulations. That's when somebody procrastinates and then they accomplish something, doesn't it feel good? So when you crawl into your bed tonight, pat yourself on the back. Be proud of yourself that you did that. You showed up for yourself. Heck yeah. That's awesome. It seems like something silly or something small, like, oh, I cleaned my apartment. No, it's a big thing. If it's something that you're not consistently doing and something you want to work on, hype yourself up about it. That's all you got to do. Start wanting to do it because you'll want that praise from yourself. Feel good to praise yourself. You know what I'm saying? So usually, all right, Sally, usually what I've learned with energy and I don't mean to get like woo woo on you guys, but like what I've learned with energy and how it represents our internal world, like our external is a good representation of what is going on in our mind. So if our mind is cluttered, our house will be cluttered. You'll notice that once you actually start working on your self-concept, cleaning up your belief system and having it more in alignment of what you do want, you'll naturally start cleaning your house on a regular basis or going through your closets and getting rid of old stuff that you don't want, like that clutter that's been sitting there. I see it time and time again, not only in my own life. Anytime I have a big jump in, like a quantum jump in my self-concept or making a big change in my life, naturally I start to have these big changes in my house where I'm changing up. Maybe I want to paint my walls. Maybe I want to do a home project. Like right now, I'm tearing apart my backyard because I wanted it redone and make like a backyard oasis. New furniture, new clothes that you want to buy, cleaning things out, wanting to be more consistent with your cleaning pattern and live in a clean environment. You'll notice that once you declutter your mind, your house will become decluttered. Because again, everything in our physical reality, and I mean everything, is a representation of our internal world. Yeah, so if you have ADHD, that's, again, another limitation we could place on ourselves instead of an excuse of, but I'm like this. That's just not how my brain works. Brain works any way that you want to. Balance your nervous system and watch. Watch the changes. Start doing a little bit of breath work. If you want like a good breathwork routine, you can go over my YouTube channel, and I have different breathworks. I forgot the guy's name, but I have a whole playlist of different breathworks that I have my clients do or that I do consistently. And it just, when you regulate your nervous system, your thoughts are more in alignment. It's easier to control your thoughts. You won't have the quote unquote intrusive thoughts, and you'll just feel better in your reality, in your body. Make better decisions, like one, cleaning your house consistently instead of procrastinating, But stop telling yourself that you have a diagnosis. It's bullshit. Okay, Scott. So you can tell that he liked you based on the way that he was treating you. Well, yeah. Yeah, you decide if someone likes you or doesn't like you. You decide based on your beliefs and the story that you're telling about them. So if he's treating you good, go with that story. Continue on with it, Of course he liked you. You're one of a kind. Nobody can compare to you. Remind yourself of that. Okay? Yeah, so there's a lot of proof that specific person is into you. So go with that story. Focus more on the fact that they're into you instead of the fact that if they're not in your reality or whatever story is going on, focus on what you do want and talk yourself into that, right? Well, they're into me. Like, I even noticed that they were getting jealous if I was talking to somebody else or if somebody else even glanced at me, and they're into me because of the way that they treated me. Go with the stories that you've already had evidence of, and you will see more evidence of it in your experience. Use it to your advantage. Instead of going with the stories of the lack of things in your mind wondering and wandering, knock that off and go with what you do want. Go with more of the experience of what you do want. Yeah, go with the story. Scott, just go with the story of what you do want. Gave you 2 long hugs. He's coming back. Don't you worry. Can you get bad energy from someone else even if you aren't physically contacted or in contact with them? If you believe in that, okay? If you believe in witchcraft or spells or any of that, then yeah, that can affect you. But it's your belief in it that it's affecting, right? If you believe in, nobody's energy can affect me because it's about my reality. It's me, it's my energy being reflected back to me, then no, nobody can harm me. I'm in my own little quantum bubble over here, So just choose that belief. Oh, thank you. You found my YouTube channel. Yeah, it's just under the playlist and it's called Breathwork. And there's all different kinds of breathwork routines. They're not mine. They're somebody else's from another channel, but those are the ones that I use. Okay. But yeah, they're really, there's energizing ones. I think there's morning ones in there. There's releasing energy and emotions. And I'm constantly adding new ones to that playlist. Just based on the ones that I listen to. I'm always changing it up and trying new things. And if I try it and I like it and I see results from it, then I share it with you guys. So it's just in the playlist. It's called Breathwork Playlist on my YouTube channel. Of the other content creator. I don't know why I can't think of his name. I don't know. It is a guy though. Really, really good breathwork. But I do plan on making my own breathwork things. I think there's one on my YouTube channel. I think it's like a 10-minute breathwork routine. But in all my hypnosis packages, like I just launched the money mindset hypnosis package, and it has a breathwork routine in it, along with the 2 money hypnosises and a self-talk rampage in there. So again, that's another thing that you can, and I will have a love one that's coming out, a business one. I got multiple ones coming out that I'm working on, but I just happen to bang out the money one first. But yeah, just be consistent with the breath work. Since we're on this topic, be consistent with it. If you can, squeeze it in twice a day, a morning routine and a nighttime routine. Start off with that for about a week, maybe 2, and then maybe once a day. And you'll notice just how much better you feel. You'll notice more energy, maybe some stuff coming up to clear out. But yeah, it's life-changing. Let me tell you that. Definitely life-changing. Again, guys, thank you for joining. Thank you for the questions, the hearts, the shares. You guys are killing it. Love it. Yes, it can be like cleaning for your mind. Yeah, a balanced nervous system, it helps to relax your mind. Like when we have those racy thoughts or we're jumping all over the place from I got to do this and then I got to do that, or what's my specific person doing, and oh my God, I don't have enough money, and we're jumping all over the place. It will help with that. It will help with balancing your emotions to where you're not having really high up days and then really low days. It's going to just balance. That's what it's about. You'll notice you start getting better sleep. It helps stabilize your circadian rhythm. It's overall perfect for your health. One of the best things that you can do. You don't feel like focusing on your manifestation anymore. Whoa. No way. That's a good thing. Think about it like this. If you're in the end state and your manifestation is right in front of you, it's been in front of you for, we'll say, the past 5 years. It's been a consistent part of your life. Say it's a specific person, amount of money, no matter what the manifestation is. It's been a consistent part of your life every single day. Would you be consciously focusing on the manifestation? Or would you be focused on other areas in your life? Other things that make you feel good, other hobbies, other ambitions and goals? That's how you know you're in the end state. Because we wouldn't be focusing on the presence of something. We always focus on the lack of it. That's why we're trying to manifest, and that's not what we're doing. If we shift into the version of us that has it, naturally, we would be doing things that prioritize us. Doing things like going back to hobbies, maybe going outside, going for a walk. For me, it's going fishing, getting your life back, doing things that make you feel good, focusing on other manifestations in other areas of your life that you would want to improve, focusing on yourself, maybe your health, maybe wanting to eat better or get more fit. You'll notice that once you are in that wish fulfilled state, you no longer feel like trying to manifest or focusing on your manifestation, because why would you be doing that if you already had it in front of you? So that's always a really good sign that you're in that state. Yeah, it has to. It will manifest if you're questioning, will it still manifest even though I'm not focusing on it? Then that you just fell right out of the state. Go to the end. You already have it. It has to manifest if you already have it internally. Are you the match to that version of you that is experiencing it? Do you feel like your beliefs are in alignment? Do you feel like your thoughts are more coming dominantly from the end of, oh, this is a done deal, I'm going to go focus on this instead? Oh, I'm so grateful for the fact that this finally manifested. Like, life's good now. Are you coming from that state? Or are you coming from, but if I don't focus on it, then will it manifest? You're still concerned with will it manifest, which means it hasn't manifested, which means you're that old version of you. But as quick as you fell into that state, you can fall right back into the state of the desired end. It's just, so if something's toxic in your reality, it's just letting you know that there's toxicity within yourself. There's beliefs and stories that you're holding on to that don't align to your higher self. So your 3D, your relationship, the person closest to you, relationship or your partner is usually the perfect person to show you who you truly are internally. They're always mirroring. The best reflections I've ever gotten is from the person closest to me. So if it's in a relationship, or right now it's like my best friend is always reflecting shit back to me. It's awesome. But coming from that experience is, okay, if I'm experiencing a toxic person in my life or a toxic relationship in my life, then that means I'm holding on to toxic things within me, toxic beliefs that don't align to my higher good, toxic behaviors that don't making me feel good when I do certain things. Like maybe it doesn't make you feel good to stalk social media. Maybe it doesn't make you feel good to beg and plead for someone's attention. Those kinds of behaviors. Obviously your feeling state, your emotions don't make you feel good if you're always sad or you're depressed or you're angry or you're frustrated with life. That's all. It's just showing you that there's stuff within you that is eating away at you, right? So we have to shift identities, choose new beliefs, choose new behaviors, choose a new perception about life. And then you'll see that those toxic relationships phase out. And either if it's with new people, if you're manifesting somebody new, or with that specific person, if you can let go of the stories of them and the beliefs that you have about them, along with the beliefs that you have about yourself, then you will see a change in them and that relationship will no longer be toxic. And I know this from experience. I've done it. I've seen a huge change in the people in my lives that it was toxic, involving drugs, alcohol, disloyalty, we'll say. And now all of that toxicity, because I let go of that toxicity within me, changed my beliefs, my behaviors, my actions, my reactions, really had the identity shift within me. And then the people in my life represented that. My relationships, my friendships, all of that started to mimic my internal world in a more positive way. And people that were, really bad into drugs or really unloyal or fucked up or doing fucked up things behind my back or to me, all of that completely changed. And they 180 because I let go of those stories. All right, Raven, I'm reading yours right now. So you're seeing pretty much other people getting into relationships and your ex getting into relationship. Yeah, that's what that means. If you're manifesting true love, you're manifesting relationship of your dreams, and you're seeing it reflected back in other people in your perception. Again, what is your perception of your internal world? Your perception is a filter of your internal world. Okay. It's a filter of the beliefs, the reactions that we've been having, the patterns that we've been changing, the self-concept that we've been embodying is now being filtered, and we're having a change in our perception. And what we're perceiving is our reality matching that there's so much love in this universe, in this world, in this 3D reality. Other people are getting into relationships. Your ex is getting into, a relationship. You're seeing the happiness and the joy of a relationship. What do you think that represents? It's all coming from you. You're seeing it in other people. Your perception has changed, which means that the beliefs, the identity has changed, and that's why it's being filtered out. You're seeing your reality through a new lens. That's awesome. Guys, thank you for the likes. Thank you for the shares. Hitting that like button. That's awesome. Guys, be on top of it. Ooh. Dang it. It did it again. Oh. This new setup, guys. I like it. I like the setup, but it's a little bit hard to control. Just saying. Raven, you are so welcome. Thank you for being here. That's what I'm going to tell you. Thank you for making that internal change. Thank you for being open-minded enough to even take in this information. Yeah, I said it. How old are you? 31. Yeah. What did I turn? 31 in February. That's what I turned. Mommy Shark. If doubts are coming up, we gotta just look at them for what they are. It's a version of you that is not in alignment. That's it. That's all that they are. Doesn't mean that those doubts are true. Doesn't mean that that's what is manifesting. There are infinite realities that are existing all at once. We can choose which reality we are buying into or investing in, okay? And the way that we invest it or invest into whatever reality we want is by choosing, do we believe in this thought, or are we just going to let that thought float right on by? It's that simple. It doesn't have to take a lot of work. You don't have to flip your thoughts. It's just a choice. A doubt came up. I don't think that they're actually going to contact me. I'm not sure if they're actually going to come back. I don't know how I'm going to get this money. I don't know how I'm going to pay my bills. Like, I doubt I'm going to hit the lottery anytime soon. Say things like that are coming up in your mind, whatever you're manifesting. We can either choose to believe in those thoughts and continue to tell more stories about that thought of, we'll say again with a specific person. Yeah, they're probably not going to contact me. They are with a specific person, or they are with a third party. I've never had an ex come back to me before. You see how you're going further and further away from what you do want by telling more and more stories, even if you don't know if it's true or not. You're just making shit up. You're lying to yourself. What we have to do instead is observe that thought, recognize, okay, I don't want to believe in, the fact that they're not going to come back. I want to choose to believe in the fact that they will come back. So what thoughts can I guide myself into and just say, all right, I'm deciding that they will come back. Did that bring you peace? Did that bring you relief? If not, then you can continue on with the new story. You know what? The chances of them coming back are actually high because I treated them really well. They've told me about their past relationships, and I know that they weren't treated good. So the fact that I treated them so good, yeah, it makes sense that they'd be back. Maybe they just got scared. Obviously they're reflecting me back, and now that I've changed my beliefs, they can reflect back the new version of me. And now they will no longer be scared and run away from me. So go on with the story that's going to bring you peace and comfort. That's all that it has to be like. Then once you hit that place of either neutrality or relief, then go on and live your life. Go do things that make you feel good, and that doubt will stop creeping up if you stop feeding it. But when you feed it with more stories, of course it's going to come back because that's what we're focused on. Got nothing to worry about. We've all been there. We've all experienced the doubtful thoughts, the intrusive thoughts. Trust me. I know, girl. I know. But just be gentle with yourself. Just go with the flow and flow upstream towards newer thoughts, better feeling thoughts. Shit, we have all messed up in relationships. When you don't know, you don't know, Let me tell you about messing up in a relationship and throwing it all away. Done that, okay? There's no not coming back from it. You can always come back from it. You just have to be willing to let go and stop blaming yourself. Well, I fucked it up. Take accountability. Yeah, okay, I own it. I fucked up. I didn't have the self-concept that I have now. I didn't have the beliefs that I have now. I was holding on to experiences that were bullshit. I was holding on to stories that relationships are like this and they're toxic and, whatever. You can let all of that go and just say, hey, I'm new self. Okay? Now that I'm new self, I can forgive the things that I've done, the things that I've said, the way that I've acted, and I can move on with my life. And move on either with that same specific person, but move on in a new way. Show them that you're a new self. And I don't mean like physically actually go out there and try to show them, but I mean like you can always prevail, right? At any time you could be a new version of self. And you'll see the change within you. And then obviously you'll see the change in them too. They'll notice that you aren't that same version because you aren't. And like I said, it's not going out and showing them, hey, I've changed. No, just be the change. They'll come back and they'll even reflect back to you. You're not the same as you were before. And I like it. I like this new version of you. Trust me. I done did it. Oh, man. Yeah, but want to talk about fucking up, guys? Whew. Want contact with SP, but want more. All right, so describe to yourself what more is. Be that version of you that is already getting more. It's that simple, right? What does more look like to you? Yeah, you want contact, but be the version of you that is, fully committed to, that gets treated like a queen, that is going out on dates, that's going on trips together, moving in together. Start to contemplate what this life looks like. And you'll start to embody that version of you very naturally. What beliefs would you have to have? What thoughts would you naturally have? What things, what hobbies, what behaviors would you have in your reality? It would not be focusing on what I got contact, but I want more. It'd be focusing on I have more and I want even more, Be coming up with the mindset, I have it all. and I'm going to continue to have more of the all. Affirmations are just new thoughts. So I'm more about like natural self-talk. You'll notice that when you shift your beliefs, that naturally you start to think more in alignment as that new version of you. Okay, everything like falls into place. I'm probably going to hop off now since this is messing up and I don't know what's going on. If you can, follow me on social media. Interesting.
Hey, bottom, hey, now we here. Hey, bottom, hey, now we here. Hey, bottom, hey, now we here. Hey, bottom, hey, now we here.